I don't know, tactical decisions and whatnot. Which
Rainbow Six.
Rainbow Six, the Tom Clancy games.
And then what's it called, Resident Evil was more.
Okay.
And was yeah, Ghost Recon's one. I have so many games I played. Like,
so any first person shooter game with military applications and.
Oh yes, all the time.
Well, with the exception of Resident Evil, I assume that's just you're shooting like
Ghost Recon, Rainbow Six. There's, I can't think of any. And there's a good one that helped me out a lot. I don't know, I can't remember. Call of Duty's another one, but there's one more I'm missing out. I know I'm missing it out too. So.
Well, I'm sure you remember exactly when the tape ends.
Yeah.
So, oh, is there anything else you want to add on the games? So you feel, strongly, mediocre that the games helped you out? I mean, this is kind of this probably doesn't have much to do with the interview right now, but as far as like, there's this argument right now that first-person shooter games actually can help you as far as fighting, and other people, they just think it's a waste of time, and it's just nonsense. I mean, what's your feelings on that?
I think first shooter games actually helps you mentally and physically think of what they're doing inside. Like, you put yourself in those shoes.
Oh, so you're kind of in the decision loop. You learn how to be in the decision loop with the
games.
Yeah, they like the insurgents. You begin to kind of think like them.
Like them, but also think, like, what would you do if they would take me into a fight?
Okay, so you're thinking of decisions, or you by playing these games, you're in situations that you find yourself in Huseba and Ramadi.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good times though. Like, you think like a kid because you're playing these games, but then again, it kind of helps you in real life scenarios when you deploy to Iraq.
Okay. Well, this is from my understanding, you were in OF1. It wasn't a lot of fighting, but in OF2 you were in Huseba, and there was a huge fight there. Yeah. And then OF3 you were in Ramadi back when there was a lot of fighting, and you came away from all that without suffering one injury. You weren't wounded at all, so I assume that the games had something to do with it. Yeah. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
I think for my guys, not for myself.
Okay, for you. Okay.
Me last. I put my guys in front of me before me. Which, that's what my philosophy and mentality is.
Your troops before yourself. Their safety before your own.
Yep.
Okay. And you still came out without a knock on wood an injury. Okay. All right. I imagine you become superstitious after 4 deployments.
Yes.
So do you have any close relationships with your other siblings? I imagine 8 brothers and sisters. I mean, there's probably a lot of squabbling going on. I imagine you were in a.
My sister, my sister, it's a year older than I am. She would have trouble with math, and I was a geek in math.
Well, that's kind of unusual. You play video games. You're athletic, and you do well in mathematics.
Yeah, I was a geek in math. Like, my sister would always come up with problems to me. It's like, look, I can't figure out this problem. Like, okay, what is it? So she'll say algebra 2 or geometry or whatever it was. Like, oh yeah, let me see it. Sure enough, she was like struggling for like at least 10 minutes in this one problem. And I go in there for a couple seconds and like, man, did she not listen in class? And then I'll figure it out. Like, I'll walk her through the steps of how easy it is, and you don't even know it.
Okay, so you were able to actually learn mathematics fairly easy, but also you were able to teach it as well.
Yes.
Okay, so you helped your older sister out, you said?
Yes, my older sister.
And how far did you get in the mathematics before you graduated high school?
Pre-calculus.
Pre-calculus. Wow. How are you? And not necessarily academically, but what other courses did you choose? I mean, what kind of electives and stuff did you choose?
Biology, or talking about?
Yeah, because a lot of your courses there toward the end of your senior year. It's been a long time since I went to high school, but toward the end, half of your courses I thought you got to pick. So if you want to take wood shop or you want to take chemistry or something.
I had chemistry, biology, Spanish was a given, so.
So I assume you're fluent in Spanish.
I'm fluent in Spanish. My coach was my teacher.
Oh.
So that was a good class. What else was there? English 4, obviously, but.
Did you enjoy your English courses?
I enjoyed English. If I'm not gonna lie, there's actually a story that was good from the beginning, and it'll get me into it where I couldn't wait. So we'll continue pressing, and it was good times. I didn't really like English much though.
Yeah, I didn't either. I liked the stories and British lit, but I didn't necessarily like the writing papers.
Oh yes.
Was there any particular literature you really liked, or?
Macbeth.
Oh, okay.
Macbeth, David versus Goliath, Beowulf.
Beowulf? Okay, wow.
Beowulf, there's another one. Beowulf. Those are pretty good ones that I remembered. Obviously, Romeo and Juliet wasn't a good fan of at the end.
Okay. So, I mean, it seems like you focus more on your, much more challenging curriculum as opposed to, just either working half a day or, which, I'm sure the family could have, that would have been beneficial, but, however, an education is important. So, academically, what kind of grades are you making?
At the time, I was making B's and C's, and were you putting your heart into it, or was it just because there was a lot going on, and you were in sports, and of course you're probably playing a lot of games and stuff. Yeah. 1 to 10, I'll probably give it a 7 that I was giving my efforts towards school.
Oh, you were attending class and you were doing your work, but you really weren't trying to excel or anything.
Yeah, I didn't really.
So I guess if you put your heart to it, you could have done much better than B's and C's.
Definitely. So yeah, that was the school life. Definitely loved playing sports though.
Okay. Did you play? You said you played varsity football. You didn't play basketball in high school. You just did that for extracurricular, kind of having fun,
getting in shape and stuff like that. So.
And you were in track. What kind of events were you in track?
100, 400, 800, and 1200.
Ooh. Long
distance runs and short.
Well, that seems kind of ironic. It just seems like most football players don't participate in track.
That was actually mandatory for us to do track.
Oh, mandatory by who?
By our coaches.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it was a good team though.
So, what positions did you play in football?
I played linebacker, defensive end, and tight end and offense when they needed me in there.
Okay, and you played all 4 years?
All 4 years.
Okay, and I guess you're varsity, yeah.
Varsity, yeah.
Okay. So you worked. You participated in the higher challenge of courses. Made B's and C's, not because that's